I never want my child to get a perfect attendance certificate. Okay. There is nothing more relieving than to have an honest conversation with somebody that you love and you care about without having to put somebody else down.
But after you've dealt with a certain type of treatment from different people for a certain amount of time, it builds up a version of you that doesn't want to be boo-boo the fool no more. And, I'm not going to be naive and let these guys run over me, so they get strong. And I think that's the problem. You said the word earlier, Josh. You said it, discernment.
Yeah.
That woman has not yet figured out how to differentiate the guy who's worth her honey versus the guy who ain't worth shit.
I got 2 phones, one for the plug and one for the...
No. My kids are calling us.
Your kids? Your children?
Children. Them.
That's what happens when you start working in education. You start calling the kids your kids. Like, these are mine. Like, you gave birth to them.
Well, technically, these are my first group of kids, right?
Right.
This is my first little cohort of people. So these are like my kids.
They belong to you.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
Right now, we just have 2 kids that actually completed everything. You know how kids are. Niggas don't complete shit. So we started with like 6 or 7, and then it's the one dude over the. So now, people that actually did all of this stuff, the filling out,
followed all the steps.
Yeah, so we have 2 in there now. But I think now that they're in there now, they'll be able to speak to it. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the situation. I told you today they're at their orientation.
Yeah.
Right. So, so slowly moving the ball, but I think continue to take it up.
I love that.
Yes.
So, I just want to say to everybody that Tahoe left us for dead.
Yes.
He went out of town, did not tell us that he was going out of town.
Very much.
And then told us that we have to run a show. And now we here. So, I mean, this shit is going to be what it's going to be. It's going to do what it's going to do. We didn't start the clock.
Oh, the remote's over there.
Where's the remote? This one?
Yeah.
For real?
I can't see the glasses.
Then take the stupid ass glasses off.
I don't think it's that one. I think it's one of them small ones.
The ones all the way over there that I can't reach?
Okay.
So that means you're going to get up and go get it? You see what I'm talking about? Listen, at the end of the day, at the end of the day going to end. Okay? So it's me, Miss Daj Bell, as you already know. It's yesterday. What the fuck is it? What you want me to do with it?
I don't know how to start
that.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
Oh, you just want to put a timer on your phone?
No.
Because I don't know which remote it is.
So why did you tell me? All right. And that's exactly what kind of episode this is going to be. We're just here so we don't get fined. We're actually winging it. We have a guest, but our guest had car trouble, so she's running a little bit late. So we're just here for the shits and giggles.
Yes, for right now. But we're gonna try to pull this together. We're gonna try to pull it together, and we're gonna try to execute. Yeah, I think we can.
You think we have the capability? Are we capable?
Very much capable. I believe in you. As a leader, I believe in you.
No, and all right. I'm so happy that you said that because this is something that's really happening to me in my life. Like,
put me on.
I don't understand why people trust me to lead things. Like, I need insight because I have never, ever advocated to be the leader of anything. I am a supporting character at best. I never want to be the starring. No, I want like extra B. Like, I just want to be somewhere in the vicinity of, but I don't understand why people continuously push me into leadership positions. I don't like it.
Okay, so I would say that, so I've known you for a little over a year now, right? And we've gotten pretty cool since then.
You're my fave.
Yes, same. You're my fave as well.
Thank you.
And upon meeting you, I hear what you're saying about like the way you view yourself. I've never gotten that energy from you.
What do you mean?
Like, I think you're a person that I don't think you're like, yo, like guys. I don't think you're a person that vocally says like, hey, I want to lead. I want to be at the forefront.
Absolutely never.
But
however,
in conjunction with, right? I think your energy speaks to that a lot, right? So, there are certain people, how they say there are natural leaders,
yeah,
right? And those people most times are not running around saying, oh, I'm a leader.
Right.
It's just how they move in. It's them taking command, initiative, thoughtfulness,
mm-hmm.
Being able to work on a team, right? So you have all those things, and you have a very big personality. So although you're not saying you want to be a leader, you're doing and moving in all of the leadership ways. So
okay, so how do I stop? I'm just a girl. I literally want to be just a girl. I just want to wear cute dresses. You see the dress? Like, I just want to wear cute dresses and then show up and say, hi, how you doing? And then just...
You see, but that sounds good, but there's so much more to you than just that.
But I don't want more to me.
I don't know if I'm rolling with that.
I don't understand the why. So this is all rooting from not only having to lead this show today, right, but also in my life, I am vice principal of a school. Mm-hmm. Didn't ask to be vice principal. I was chilling in my position. And then one day somebody came to me, was like, you know what? Hey, you're gonna be my number two.
Hey, yo, you know what?
And then that somebody happened to be out most of this week and is like, all right, number two, the school is yours. I trust your judgment. Yo. And I said, now who the hell asked for this?
I'm assuming the person that wanted you to be number two forecasted like, yo, hey, in the event that I can't do something, this is the person I want to be number one.
But again, didn't ask you for that. I was perfectly fine in my little bucket. I like to sit and stay in my lane. And I just don't understand why people want me to be out of my lane when I don't want to be. Like, let me want more for myself. Don't want more for me. Like, I'm chilling.
I feel like what they say, it's in you, not on you.
Ugh.
Right? So, ugh. I mean, it sounds good. It sounds good. But the people are always going to decide and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with this word over this. You know what I'm saying? And when you have that quality, it's really out of your hands at that point. You just kind of accept it and do what you've been doing. Just leading the way.
Oh, just working senselessly.
Ferociously.
Tired. Burnt out.
Yes, I want to hear how was this? Well, we're back in school.
Mm-hmm.
Right? School week's back. So
right, you just got back. I've been back for weeks.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I just got back.
Yeah,
that's true. So you've been back. You've been on the bullhorn. So
yeah.
How has it been? How's it been being back?
Honestly, it's been really good. It's had its times that are trying because not only am I a leader, but I also had a teacher that has an injury, so has been out. So thinking about what's important for the scholars at this time was consistency. And for me, consistency looks like somebody teaching them that knows what the fuck is going on. So I've also been in the classroom outside of my leadership duties. So I've been teaching 4 hours a day, plus being a leader, plus who mic is on, you motherfuckers? Turn your mic off. So been in the classroom 4 hours a day, plus teaching, plus giving professional developments like several times a week, plus doing observations, plus giving lesson plan feedback. Like, I've been on it, and I started grad school. Who is that? Turn them off yesterday. Who that? Trey, mute your damn mic.
Oh, my bad, y'all. I know.
Yo, everything is hilarious. But anyway, it's been a lot that's been going on as far as work is concerned. And I started grad school, and that's been interesting. So I have a 4-page research paper due in 48 hours. I started the outline though. Be proud of me, y'all. The outline is done. The rest, not so much. Not so freaking much. Yeah, we back. See, you moving like how I'm moving at work every day.
Oh, me?
Yeah, niggas is doing everything. Niggas is here, there, every bodies.
Right.
So, life is lifing right now.
Yes, okay. And the kids?
The students are much better this year than they were last year. Last year, niggas, wow. But this year, it's been really good. Like, we have come up with a lot of different systems and routines to kind of be more preventative than reactive when it comes to like certain behaviors. So because like we actually had that opportunity to prevent certain things from happening, it's been kind of free flowing. Like, not that many physical altercations,
That's good.
Niggas is in class, they doing the things. Are they turning in work? Not so much, but it's one thing at a time. Like you gotta at least, as long as they sitting in the room, at some point they gonna start to do the work. Cause like, what else are you doing here?
I always say you can't have everything.
You can't have it all.
You gotta take the small. You gotta take the wins that you could get them. So them in the class, I'm rolling with that.
How is it at my alma mater?
It's been pretty smooth. A lot more comfortable there, right? Definitely more established. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of freshmen, like about 350 of them.
Damn.
Yeah.
In that building?
Yeah. So all of the other classes is like the senior class is maybe like less than 100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like maybe 800 kids.
300 in that building? Ain't no way. I have 311 kids in my whole building right now.
Oh man, I looked at the number. The shit said 794, and mind you, this is the first day. So remember, certain kids didn't come.
Yeah.
Certain kids wasn't in the system. That's another thing.
Yeah.
So there was at least, I scared maybe 50 kids that wasn't in the system.
When I went there, it was less than 100 in each grade.
See, nigga, I said, 300 freshmen. So now these are all new kids that I have to like learn their name, and a lot of them have kind of like the same name. So now I gotta.
Son, everybody named Honor,
Johnson,
Prince.
I'm like,
everybody named Caden. Everybody named Michaela.
It's a lot of Michaelas.
It's always a lot of Michaelas. It's a lot of Messiahs, and Messiah always bad as fuck. I ain't never met a kid with a biblical name that had behavior.
They say Jaden is one of those names.
Jaden,
it's
Caden,
always a bad, like it's always something with the
King,
Jadens.
Prince. What happened to Adam?
Nah.
What happened to Jacob?
Oh my God, yo.
Why y'all keep naming y'all kids adjectives?
What's wrong?
Sincere, serenity, blessing.
How was Parker's? We got this.
Parker's been rocking and rolling, man. She's been rocking and rolling. Love in first grade.
I've been seeing the vid. She looked like she locked in.
She's hella locked in. Love in first grade. Like, her principal and her VP be sending me pictures of her during the day, just talking about like how great she's doing. Like, she, one of her teachers was observed the other day, and apparently Parker was like answering a mathematical question using like math vocabulary. Everybody's like, well, did you read the lesson plan? I'm like, hey, that's my girl. But, she always going to be a scholar. She just,
That's good, dog. That's good. It's like somebody I know. Okay. I like that.
That's peace.
Yeah, that's peace.
That's peace. That's peace.
No,
that's peace.
It sounds like it's connecting for sure. Did you have something that you want to play? I have something.
Ooh, what you want to play?
Okay. So,
and it's something specifically that the boss man told me that we had to talk about that I don't know shit about.
Well, thankfully for us, right? The boss man's not here, right? But I do have something that I think is interesting.
Go ahead.
And it's not anything that he sent.
Okay, good.
So let me.
Because have him do it. We gonna sit here be talking about men versus women all fucking day.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna try to play it. So follow me.
Son is allowed 2 mental health days per 6 weeks.
Okay.
As long as you're passing, there's nothing. As long as you been, because he have 3 rules.
What does that look like?
What?
Mental health days for a child.
Don't do nothing. Because you in school, you constantly working. My son got chores. He told this one girl, he said, you don't understand my life. I have to work even when I finish working at school. Like, my son got that shit. Like, he don't got no downtime. So, mental health days is you can ask me anything you want to. I mean, but it's always open door policy. But if you don't feel like doing nothing that day and you need to recharge, as a child, you're allowed that.
Right. So, I seen that. I thought that was interesting. And now, I wanted to wait for our guest, but I guess we can swing it back around. But I wanted to ask you, and again, how do you feel about the aspect of kids having mental health days? I thought when she broke it down, I thought it was very interesting. And I was like, all my friends with kids, I always try to,
gauge. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what you think about that?
I think it's amazing. I never want my child to get a perfect attendance certificate. I don't believe in them. I literally do not believe in perfect attendance, because perfect attendance, what that means is if you're sick, if you're having a bad day, if you're tired, like you just pushed through and you came to school anyway. And it's like, we're not doing that. Like my kid can absolutely say to me, Mommy, I don't feel like going to school today. But the only issue is because I work in the same network, that it also has to align with what I have to do. But if it's one of them days where like Drew is home and he don't have to work, and I'm like, yo, babe, can you stay home with the baby today? Or if she tells me in advance, like, you know what, next Friday, I don't really want to go to school. I would rather do X, Y, and Z. Oh, so we hooky on Friday? Say less. Say absolutely less.
I'm sorry. I put the link in the Discord, guys, so you guys can go check the link out. So you guys
can hear it. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's anything wrong with that at all. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting, and I thought basically the way that she framed it, and it's speaking about her son, and him just having a certain level of grind and dedication. I thought it was good, and I thought it was a different. I hadn't heard that from a parent before, so I thought it was a different, just a way to look at things in like absence from school, right? Because I think, we being in schools, we know that some of these kids, they don't need no absences. They don't even need some of the holidays. I'm gonna keep it. We just keep it a buck. They need to be in school.
They need extra work.
Yeah, they need to be in school as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really too much on the kids being out of school just willy-nilly, but I do think in that type of setting, or when your kid is doing the right things and they're locked in, I do think that that's something I think is very, very like progressive and positive too, right? Because I think, like you said, the perfect attendance,
that shit is whack.
Rain, hail, or snow.
Yeah, and like what are we talking about? It's 20 degrees outside, and my kids say I don't want to go. I don't want to go outside either. Like we have PTO days as adults, so why we can't use that also for our kids? Exactly. Like it's not. Here's the bigger part of it, right? When we were growing up, we needed mental health days as well,
right?
But we had to be like, oh, I don't feel well today, and then you got to lie about it.
Right.
And then when you home, you can't laugh. You can't walk straight. You can't get out of bed. You can't do nothing. Right. Like you got to just sit there and lay there just to have a minute, just to have a break. And I don't want my kid to have to fake it. Like there are certain days that I just don't want to do shit. And I'm okay with saying that. And I'm going to say it to anybody. Like, I'm just not going to do it today. And no, I don't have an excuse. And no, I'm not about to make up something. I'm just not.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
That's okay. And sometimes I feel like people, especially us as people, we always have to make it a reason why just not being okay. It's like, what I'm saying? It can't just be that. It has to be an extenuating circumstance or something serious, right? And it's just like other people and other coaches, mental health day, what I'm saying? They take listen, I need to recalibrate.
Right.
Everybody gets that space to kind of reset, and it's not looked at as a negative, as to where like us, I think even as our own people, we put a negative thing on it too. So I think that's where it gets, tough sometimes. But I do think I 100% agree with that. Like
I tell my boss all the time, I just be like, yeah, I'm not coming in tomorrow. Why? I don't want to. I don't want to. Like, don't make me lie to you. Like, please respect the fact that I'm honest to you. I don't want to come.
And I think that always sounds better coming from a person that, a person that you can rely on. Like somebody that's always locked in, somebody that's constantly showing up. When that person says, hey, I just need a blow, right? I feel like that should be the times where it's like, okay, what I'm saying? We don't really need to have a
discourse, a
reason, a real reason why. It's just like, you know what? I'm sure you come in here 10 hours a day for the last 4 months straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure
everybody need a day.
That's what I'm saying. It gets taxing. So I feel like those things should, be afforded for sure.
I think it's something else. Like when we also are thinking about things like mental health or things like prioritizing yourself. I think that's a great way to tie into what the boss man wants us to talk about.
Okay.
Explain to me this whole Young Thug video call leaking thing. Explain to me what it is, and then I'm going to explain to you how this ties in to mental health.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So from what I understand, right, because like I said, these shits have been dropping like hotcakes,
right?
So I feel like every day you wake up, literally on the way here, it was like 2-3 that dropped on the walk-in, and I was
who is leaking these shits?
That's a very good question. Now, to me, from what I know, you're not supposed to be able to leak these. You know what I'm saying? Now,
It happens all the time.
yeah, 1 or 2 happens all the time.
But this is like habitual.
Like on the hour, like the rollout of it is like
it's like a mixtape.
Yeah, it's like, all right, this just feels weird. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that people should be afforded a level of privacy, right? When you're speaking, when you feel like you're like the nigga's in jail. So it's like you don't get more private. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not much more that a nigga can do, you know what I'm saying, but fucking talk on the phone.
Right.
So but I think there was a lot of things being conflated. But from what I understand, this is essentially what's happened. He had the trial, the whole Gunna situation. He's deemed Gunna as being a rat for whatever he said in the court.
Right.
That's been his stance. Since he's came home, he's preached that. You know what I'm saying? He's enforced that. You know what I'm saying? And he's, did the cryptic things to make people feel like, yo, y'all shouldn't fuck with him because he's a rat.
Right.
That's been his stance. Cool. So what happened was there was an interrogation of him, right? That came out years ago.
Okay.
And I guess one of these internet reactors, I think Chapel or Ross, did a documentary on it. And he was like, yo, this has been out, but I'm just looking at some of the stuff, and he's been railing on Gunna for speaking with the police in any form, fashion. That's been the thing, right? If you speak to them, give them any information in any way, it's deemed a no.
Mm-hmm.
However, in the interrogation, he's caught in the interrogation telling them, a lot of different information, right?
Okay.
Part of during the end of the conversation, he told them like, yo, hey, take my number down. If you ever need to know anything, give me a call. And just don't tell the world about it, though. Just kind of keep it between us type shit. That was towards the end of the call, right? Now, mind you, in the beginning, he asked them to get him food. They was like, nah. Gave him a bologna sandwich. And the video was like 2 hours. So he was in there for about 2 hours. So that's where
you talking to the people about for 2 hours, friend?
Listen, once I heard him say, yo, listen, take my number down.
It's over. It's wraps.
Give me a call. I say, yeah, I'm cool.
All right.
Like, I didn't need somebody to break it down for me. I didn't need to hear a take. I'm like, so that's kind of where we're at. Now, I think the jail calls have been a way to discredit him, I think, in the music industry and just the overall culture because,
Right, and it's not it, yeah.
Well, the calls are not about him ratting.
So the calls is about him doing what, though? What is he doing on the calls?
He's talking about different people in the music business that he's been cool with, been friendly with, and he's speaking about them in what could be seen as disparaging ways, right? So he's talking about Future, like, yo, he be locked in with the hoes, he don't be locked in with the kids. He's talking.
Isn't that a fact, though?
Yeah. But again, if this is your man, you're not going to say that publicly. But again, he's speaking to his girl. So I don't, I'm saying, I understand people are upset about what he's saying, but it's like, he's speaking to his people's in a private, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, we all say stuff in private. That's like.
And here's how I'm going to tie this back into mental health.
Okay.
There is nothing more relieving than to have an honest conversation with somebody that you love and you care about without having to put somebody else down. Right? We all have feelings about each other. We have feelings about our friends. We have feelings about our coworkers. Right. Now, if you go to your coworker and tell your coworker what you really feel about them, now everybody unemployed.
Right.
Like, you need a safe space to have these conversations in the same way you need sometimes niggas need a day to, get their mind right so that they in the right space. So my question is, why is this such a bad thing? Or why is it even making news? Like, everybody got a group chat with 4 people, and then you got a group chat with 3 of them people, and one of them people not in there because you got some shit to say that you don't really want to say to that other person. So what is the problem?
To me, from what I understand, the issue is, I think, it's more so, this, like I said, that's why to me it seems a little calculated, because what it seemed is like maybe the government wants to...
The government?
Yeah, because they have to be leaking these calls. There had to be something going on. Like, who is just getting all of these calls and like,
the government is trying to set up Young Thug?
Not set them up, but you gotta remember, you've been thumbing your nose at us. We lost the trial, so we don't fuck with you. We don't. You get what I'm saying? So we might not be able to throw you in jail, but
we could throw you under the bus outside.
Completely under the bus. So all of the people we could throw you under the bus.
Conspiracy.
And, you know, he's speaking about a lot of people from Atlanta. You know, speaking about P from QC, Lil Baby, Future, Drake, Metro Boom. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking Kendrick.
I love the fact that you put Drake in the conversation of people from Atlanta.
No.
You just named mad Atlanta niggas and threw a Canadian right in the middle.
I threw Kendrick in there as well.
Because
it's basically how the clips have been coming out, right?
Okay.
Obviously he's talking about Gunna. Different people. So what it seemed is like Glorilla, right? We heard that yesterday. He was calling her ugly. And I thought that was crazy because, you know, out of all of the stuff that he said, right? He said a lot of stuff on these calls. He didn't really respond to any of it. But the only thing he responded to, he apologized to Glorilla. Soon as the call came out, she was like, yo, what? Like, yo, man, what did you just ask me what color my eyes was? He threw the apology up. Yo, Glorilla, just want to let you know, yo, I ain't mean none of that. You know what I'm saying? I was just in a tough spot. You know what I'm saying? Da. So I thought that was funny. Like, I thought that was funny.
That's crazy. You know what? With that being said, we will take a little break because our guest is here. I want to know what Kasha got to think about this.
Okay.
Let's see what we want to do. Yeah. Hey, Kasha.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Forgive me for being late, but there was nothing that was going to stop me from getting here with y'all today.
Oh.
So I was like, y'all got to come assist me because that's the place to be.
Right. You have to be with your other family.
Yeah.
So we're talking about mental health first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about how it ties into being able to have like a safe space and having conversations with people, because everybody have feelings about other people, but it's not really nice to say it to them because you want to mess up everybody's mood, everybody's day, everybody's perception. But is this anything wrong with having honest conversations about how you feel and your frustrations with your partner?
So, you know something I tell y'all? I actually tell, not even just myself, but the couples that I've worked with over time, that the first thing, one of the first questions you want to get out the way is, how do you want me to respond to your anger if you're angry with me? How do you want me to respond to your anger if you're angry at something outside of me, right? And also to give them the understanding of how I handle my anger and frustration, because sometimes the toughest part of the conversation is misplaced anger, I feel like. So when you're upset, you're frustrated, like I could just lash out, like, they just put that down. You ain't got to talk to me like that. But that's misplaced anger because I'm not angry with him.
I'm mad at
I'm frustrated about some other shit.
Right.
And you just happen to be the one here. So I don't think it's anything wrong with it. But I will say, the universe is so interesting because the topic of my last few days have been tough conversations. So it's one thing is tough conversations when you're frustrated. The other thing is, even when you're trying to come to it from a level where you've gotten your frustration at least at bay, but you know that this conversation still has the ability to add more frustration before you potentially get to the other end of it when you're on the positive side. But I think it's necessary. You can't avoid it.
Right. So I don't see, again, anything wrong with you in prison, right? Like you said before yesterday, there ain't many people in the world that you could talk to.
Right.
You can only talk to whoever phone number you have, who's on your little list.
Right.
So if I'm upset about certain things, I should be able to confide in my person. And now these conversations are getting leaked and people looking at him like he the problem. But it's like, we all have done this.
Right.
Oh, pillow. And my thing is, the person who you want to be the messiest with is your person.
Hello.
I don't know about y'all, but on my pillow, I'll be like, babe, I can't wait to get home so I can
I be running home.
And like exchanging the tea. Like, I feel like that's a part of the thing. That's why I said before, like, I know people are killing him for it, but I'm like, he's speaking to his person and he's in jail. So it's like, what, you know what I'm saying? What type of, coof you want him to have in that situation?
You know what I don't like about it? I don't like when people get mad when people say things that other people already were thinking, but they just happen to be the person it came out with. Because not that I feel this way about her, but I feel like there's a lot of people who probably agree, right? Even though I love me some, I love.
Oh, you talking about when he said Glow was ugly?
He was talking about that, like that comment is, but he's entitled to an opinion. If you don't find her attractive, right? So I feel like sometimes people get like, they'll have this outrage, but deep down inside, a lot of those people also agree. They just want to be on the side of whatever is not what people are outraging about.
Right.
So they'll toggle, and you know how you can tell? You go to the comment section of any post when something like that is going on. You could tell nobody got their own brain.
Nobody.
But one person commented,
it's just like
90 other people wrote the same comment.
some version
100
of it.
other people wrote exactly. So it's like you came to this post, you watched it, you might have had an impression, but then you went to the comment section and you read and you allowed what you read to shape what you now are saying.
Right.
So I feel like he said something, but in all actuality, is he the only person who potentially
felt that way? But you want to know what's so crazy? There's not a lot of times that I agree with Ratademics, but Ratademics said he said on the internet, he was like, how else are you supposed to have a certain conversation with your girl? Yeah. Like, you can't be on the phone with your girl like, yes, yo, she a baddie. I love her. Like, that's not what you're...
If you're not about that life.
Exactly.
Right. Not
like, everybody done been backed up against the wall. Like, yo, you like that nigga? Nah, I don't like that nigga. That nigga mad ugly. Like, he musty.
I'll tell you this. Even when it comes down to like deep fantasies and stuff with people too, like a guy be like, so you interested? I just had this conversation. You interested in like doing something with another guy? Most women are gonna be like, nah, babe, I'm good. But like
deep
if she
down,
was having that conversation with her homegirls,
right?
Or right,
I'm gonna tell the truth.
That's another relationship.
Yep.
Maybe that we expect some level of confidence or
you just be
safety in the conversation. Where I could be like, but bitch, if I had the chance to, I definitely would give this one the business. Right? It doesn't mean that you ain't happy with your person. It doesn't mean that that's something that you actually gonna follow through on. But you can't say it without that person's feelings potentially becoming. So the question is like, even with those types of talks, do you want to hear them say the other thing? Like, should he be on the phone with his girl? Like you said, should I be on the phone with my girl, bigging up the next chick? You know what I'm saying? From here to the next one, or no, baby, you don't even want to get eyes for her. Like,
I mean, I don't like to lie.
I don't either. You know I don't.
I don't like to lie. So, and I don't like you to lie to me. Like, if you think that somebody attractive, I want to know who you think is attractive, and I want us to be aligned. Because if you tell me a girl is attractive and I don't feel the same way, now I'm judging you. And I'm not judging you because you thought she looked good. I'm judging you because I don't agree.
But you know what it is? Okay, I agree with what you're saying. I believe in transparency over honesty.
Right.
My relationship operates like that. And I'm that way with people. I'm a straight shooter. Right. I didn't always used to be that way.
Right. Me either.
Dance around people feelings.
Yes.
But I learned that not being it and figuring, as opposed to dancing around and finding the right way to approach it in a way that's going to have the least minimal blowback is what I would go for. But you're a communicator. I'm a communicator. You're a communicator. We talk. Right?
Yeah.
That's part of what we do. So having these conversations is a little bit more first nature as opposed to others. I feel like a lot of people in theory want the honesty. A lot of women don't. All right,
here we go.
A lot of women don't.
Let's go.
A lot of women don't. And I was saying men too when it comes to certain matters because you don't want to hear.
You don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, you don't want to hear.
Listen,
girl.
that's true.
Talk about that. But I find that men don't usually ask the question. Women do. Like, she's not. A guy's not gonna be like, yo, you think he look good? Like, you never really hear that. But a woman will be like, what, you think her ass is fat? She would do that. And we say we want the truth, but then they have a way of like harboring this residual, you know what I'm saying? Animosity for your answer. And it may not even come up right then and there, but the next time y'all have an issue or the next time you do some shit that seem a little, she gonna be like, oh yeah, the same way you was looking at oh girl ass or whatever. And then suddenly your honesty was weaponized.
That's the thing when your honesty is weaponized. I think, when it becomes a different issue or bleeds into something else, and it's like, yo, I just was given a take on something as opposed to it being like a problem. Like, so
yeah, all of them lie. I mean, a lot of me all the time.
Not a lot of you all the time.
Yeah, babe, you want to go to the store with me?
No.
But that's not what he says. Honey, sure, honey. It's a lie. You feel me? It's a lie. We all tell a little bit of them when we feel like we know that our person is asking a question, but they really looking to hear a certain thing. Those are instances. I think when you do it on a serious shit, that's the problem. Like, a lot of me about wanting to go to the store. Just get in the car though anyway.
That's also like it's a respect about your feelings too and wanting to handle your person, right? So sometimes it's not about like lying, but it's about like, yo, I don't want to shut you down or make you feel like you're not being received. So I probably really don't want to go, but I'll go because I know that's something that you really want to do. So, I'm willing to do that for you.
And I think in those instances, when a relationships have an open, I would say reciprocal safety, right? Because like, for example, he can say that and I can be like, I know you want to go, get your ass in the car.
Right.
Right. That's a simple situation.
Mhm.
But like on a more serious circumstance or whatever the case is, where I tell him, I want you to be honest with me. We've had to have a way of like saying like, look, I'm not attacking. We have to like say, I'm not your attacker. You can tell me how you feel.
Right.
Because I have to turn off sometimes my girlfriend ear. I have to
Turn
off
on
sometimes
your
the white
logical
side
ear.
and
Yeah.
just turn on my friend ear.
Yeah.
Or just turn on that other ear. So sometimes he'll come to me and he'll say, I need my best friend right now.
And that's real.
Right? He don't
That's
ask,
real.
I need you to. And it was hard because I had a podcast episode I did with him once.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him a question about like what he felt like sex life was like before
Mhm.
me and now. And he had to be honest, like, you know, my sex life with my ex-wife we had a good sex life. You think it's easy for a man to sit there and tell his current woman, like me and my ex-wife had
Yeah.
good sex?
That's tough.
But I had to turn on my best friend ears, my
Right.
host of this podcast,
Right.
and allow him to be honest.
Mm.
But he did. The next level is, but what I've learned about myself and sex with you is a whole nother version
Right.
of me. So I feel like that's a thing that most men wouldn't have been honest about.
Yesterday.
Yeah, no, and I feel like to your point, Kosh, most men wouldn't have been honest about it, and most women wouldn't have been able to receive it
Right.
like that, right? Because soon, you know what I'm saying? Soon you say that, the whole shit is blown up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back to some other
Like,
stuff.
what you mean?
Right, but you were able to actually have the conversation and have him feel safe enough, you know what I'm saying, for the environment for the discourse to happen.
Right. And what by not getting emotional and allowing him to finish flushing that thought out, it
Mhm.
made complete sense. Because for him, right, first of all, if you married this woman and you were committed to her, I expect that at some point.
Mhm.
It should have been. Otherwise,
What was we doing here?
Right.
Y'all
What
niggas
are
was
we
playing.
doing? 'Cause
You got-
Y'all playing. Now you playing. This is a
but
game.
What he expressed to me is based on who he was at that time.
Right.
What he had been introduced to, the things that he had been
Mhm.
trying or knowing or whatever the case is, that was a great high standard at that moment. But then he ventured into other things and realized, oh, there's other little monsters that want to get let out
Yeah.
as far as my sexuality. And those are things he can explore with me that maybe may not have been as easy to explore in a past relationship, right? So you got to think about where a person was at the time that they had that feeling versus like who they are today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tough for me because like me and my husband have had the conversations about sex and like sexual past and other partners or whatever. And I think that I consistently compare because I think that where I am now sexually always lived in me, but I did not know how to express it or pull it out. But now that I can, I feel like all other sex is like, it's immeasurable to the current sex life that I have. So I don't know, like, my ego, like I have one, but I'm not as crazy as I used to be. So I don't know how I would take that. Like,
if I'm honest, before him, I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I met him, my hope was that he could erase the memory of that other one, right?
Uh-huh.
We all have
Yeah.
that one.
Get that one out of my head.
I need you to get him away from
Get
me.
it out
I
my
need
head.
Get him out of me. Get him around me. I need you to get in me, take over.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Because
Yeah.
I have been dating and I have met guys that I liked a lot, was great in so many
But
ways.
couldn't
they
compare to
could
that
not-
one person.
Yes.
Shit.
So the relief.
My husband's still in here?
Listen, the relief I got when that happened and he checked that box and I was like, I think I could forget him.
Hallelujah. Yes.
But before him, if you ask me, that guy would have been my best sex.
Same.
Now that's not the truth anymore. So if I could think about that about my own experience, why is he not allowed to have that same experience too? Right?
Ill.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Ill.
But then I'm also the girl who touched girls. So maybe that's also
Me
part
too.
of it with me. That
You know I love you.
I love you. Don't get me started. Don't get me. I just came from hedonism. I'm in a very, very free feeling. I still feel naked. I know I'm sitting here in clothes, but I still feel naked.
I imagine I can see it in my head. I can
I'll
see
send
it.
you a picture. I got more videos than pictures. I realize my hidden photos. Wow. But anyway.
The fan is low.
The fan. Don't
Yeah,
start your shit. No, you need it to oscillate
It's
that
not
way.
isolating enough.
Nah, it was. I gotta turn it up. But it's
I gotta
Whenever
be
you're
careful
here.
because, you know, I'm a little thick. You know, that's his speed. So I gotta.
Whenever you're here, I'm
I came
happy.
here to be respectful.
I don't
today.
like it.
I covered up a little bit.
In my head, I thought that it's all right.
You thought you didn't like it. You can still see my body. You wanna
No,
look
I
at
can
me?
see it.
You want to look at me?
I'm looking.
Don't. Gosh, don't start.
Okay.
You newly married, And how, you know,
I'm just
I'll pour some honey on that moon.
Yes.
Anyway.
all right, no.
Hey, hubby, I know you here.
You know he in here somewhere. No.
Hey,
All right,
dude,
so
what's
look,
up?
this is what I want to say. When we're talking about honesty in relationships, I did find a clip, right?
Okay.
And that ain't it. And I feel like, you know, this is why you should label things. But I think that this is the right one. And if it's not, we're going to talk about it anyway. Bitch.
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
That men, their whole life was taught how to treat a woman and not what to expect from a woman. But women were taught their whole life what to expect from a man, but not how to treat a man.
So I saw that clip.
I have the full clip of that. I have that.
You have the full.
Yeah,
Come on, we here.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think that is something that we don't talk about enough. And I in my head, because the last couple of weeks, like I've been called a man basher and that I hate men and all the rest of these things. So I decided that maybe today that I might want to bring a little accountability or whatever.
Oh.
That was my thought process, friends. So how do you guys calm down yesterday? How do you guys feel about that clip or that theory? And why do you think that is a thought process that would get a lot of hate?
You want to go first yesterday? I have some thoughts. But I want to hear you first.
Yeah, I listened to I listened to the whole clip, and I feel like I'm like 50-50 with it because I understand where he's coming from as far as the programming aspect of it. Like further in the clip, he's talking about like, you know, when we're kids, a lot of the stuff that we're taught about interactions is mostly the boy having to like, you know, be nice to the girl, share out, do different stuff. So that's just like, even if we don't do it, it's something that we at least know, as opposed to with, you know, little girls or women. Sometimes it's not as clear cut, right? It's, you know, it varies. It can change depending on, you know, the situation. So I do think it's both sides to that, because I do think to a level there is a bit of programming, but I do think to a level women do care in a different way sometimes. So I think it kind of balances out, if you kind of understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think this conversation stems into nature versus nurture. I think that's what you have to go back to with the root of this one, right? So if you just think about the gender constructs that we have out there in society, provide, protect, nurture, teach, be everything, you know, make a house a home. I've been taught to create environments. I've been taught to teach and, you know, grow my children or whatever the case is. A lot of matriarchs, that's your role. There's wise women and things like that. While you're taught to offer the service of protection and the service of provision. So, of course, we're taught to take because you were taught to give.
Right.
I was taught to create. Right? I was taught to give birth to. I was taught to all those types of things. That doesn't necessarily, in order for me to do these things, I need the support of those provisions and I need the protection of that man. So that's that. But when we get into nature, I know as a woman, with estrogen being the dominant hormone out of the you know, the ratio of estrogen to testosterone, whereas testosterone is your dominant, you know, we both have a little of each in each other. So I think that's where the lines don't ever get crossed, right? Because although you're a provider, a protector, I'm still supposed to protect you, right?
Yes.
But how I protect you is not how you protect me.
Right.
Right? I know that people expect you to be strong. So I have to create space for your heart. I have to create space for you to not be strong. I protect you by knowing when you don't have it in you to be strong, right? I provide for you when I put that plate on that table, right? You give me the food, I bring you the meal, right? But it doesn't mean it has to just be my role, because there might be days where I don't got it in me. And you got to be the one to make sure, babe, don't worry, I'll make sure the kids eat what you want to eat for dinner, whether he cook it, whether he buy it, whatever. So I think what happens is we get too accustomed to the expectation of one of those things and never toggle enough so that there feels a little bit more equilibrium.
Balance.
Right? Because what he just said, you were taught to receive, like, you know, what to expect, but not how to treat a man.
Yes.
I was taught how to treat a woman, but not what to expect from her. What he's really saying is we both needed to be taught both.
Right.
I will say this in my own personal experience, right? I grew up in a patriarch household. I didn't have the grandmother or whatever, but I had my moms and my aunts, but they were still, my mother had me young. So she was still learning womanhood, her, and I didn't get my first real dose of that lesson from my mother, but my mother always took care of us. The certain nurturing aspects that were natural to her, even at it as a young mom, you know? So I absorbed that. I want to take care of the people around me. So I didn't have to necessarily be taught how to treat that man. I just had to know I cared about him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the vice versa for that man. He doesn't have to be the one who is doing the things that I'm doing, but he has to be able to spot when I am not able to do it.
Right.
And he can provide me that space. And when he knows that it's time for him to show his estrogen and give me his emotional side. That's my honest opinion of it. I don't think he's wrong. Because I do think more of us are taught one than the other.
I think too many of us are taught one more than the other. And I think that, like, even at this juncture in my friendships with my homegirls, and we're having conversations about relationships and about their boyfriends and partners or whatever, I think that I tend to lean more into empathy for the men, contrary to popular belief, because I think that look at you, you're starting shit with me. And I keep telling you, I do the same thing. I don't hate men. I hate a very certain archetype, but I do think that, like, a lot of my friends have really good guys around them, and as a dominant New York boss woman that we work and we make a certain amount of money and we moving and we shaking, I'm trying to help to cultivate the softer side of my friends.
That's a conditioning though for us.
Yes.
Specifically, because when you get into this, there's the cultural aspect that cannot be eliminated.
I know.
Right? If you go back in history, back to when the programs like Section 8 and all those things were introduced, around those times, to be qualified for those programs, you
had to be single.
Have a man in the house.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
So from then, they taught us to be able to receive the support, you got to get rid of that guy. Okay, cool. But they had the same rules in place for anyone. They just were not enforced by Mary who bought the farm. Right. Now you look at that, and I had to remove you in order to get access to this thing. Even what they're doing today, they're actually reversing the clock now, right? Because now they want to take away all those things that they made us as women and people are reliant on at a certain level. But the conditioning of the independent woman was given birth to at that point. Women, I don't think ever wanted to be completely detached from men. I think we just wanted our own autonomy, right? Because there were so many decisions made for us. There were so many things that we couldn't speak up on. So it gave birth to a certain, like you said, archetype of a woman, right? And now all of us are trying to figure out how to tap back into that other woman that used to be.
And it's not hard to do. And I think that that's the part that a lot of women don't understand right now. It's like, if you have somebody that's good, trust your heart, trust your level of discernment, and then just allow and take care of that person the same way that they want to take care of you, or the same way you want them to take care of you. I don't understand a woman that has never, like, bought a man flowers, never bought him a gift, never, like, don't pay for dates. Like, I literally always believed in whoever invites the person out, you can pay. Like, if I hit you up, like, even with my husband, the first time we ever went out, and I was like, I'm going to hit you up one day and I'm going to say links and drinks, and I expect for you to be there. And then when we did link together for the first time, I pulled out my card. Well, I was pulling out my card and he pulled out his first. And I'm like, but I invited you out. And he's like, I got it. I'm like, okay. But I came here with the expectation of, because I am the one that initiated. So I don't understand this whole men have to do this, men have to do that. But what are you doing for him? How do you, like, tap into him? How do you, like, what is it that he likes? When are you, like, does he like basketball? Have you ever sent him to a game? Like, does he like video games? 2K just came out. Go buy that man 2K so he can sit his ass in the house.
And I'm a gamer too, so I buy it and I play it with him.
I love that.
This is ironic. This is exactly what my book is about, right? And for me, what I come to realize is a lot of women, like, you hear it, soft girl era, all of that type of stuff. It's not an era, it's an existence.
Hello, I'm trying to live it.
Right? When you soft, you soft. It doesn't mean you weak. That's where I think the confusion is becoming.
Words mean things.
What I learned is that I've always had what I call in my book the honey on my tongue. I was giving the honey to the undeserving guy.
Yeah.
And to the tune of what you said a moment ago, because I grew up in a space where I had men who I saw break their backs and everything to take care of their family, it created a certain level of empathy for men, especially Black men, in that
certain
regard.
ones that are doing the right things.
But
the rest of you deserve dust.
That's the discernment I didn't have, though. At that time, I didn't have that discernment.
Yeah.
It was just like, give him a chance. He's trying.
Ew.
I didn't know what it looked like to see the difference between a guy who was just talking versus the guy
actionable.
Right.
Yes.
That was a lesson I had to learn. And my own accountability for all the pain that I experienced with any of those guys has to be, I didn't know what I didn't know.
Yes.
Right. But now I do. And you know better, you do better. So I would say what I learned is my greatest way with a man is my feminine. Right. Because when you are, there's a hormone in men called vasopressin. Vasopressin, you can pronounce it either way, right? This hormone can either spark, they call it the jealousy hormone, but it can spark jealousy or protection, right? A lot of women trigger that hormone for a man against them as opposed to for them. So you won't ever get anywhere with any man triggering his fight response, right?
I got
so a lot of women are triggering the fight response. I don't want you to fight me.
Right now.
I want you to fight for me.
Hello.
Right?
Let's fight together.
Right. When you are the kind of woman who matches energy, who puts in effort, who shows him, you hold space for him, who he can be vulnerable with, and he doesn't have to worry about those things coming back to stab him later, then he's ready to run through a fucking brick wall for you.
Hello.
Right. And just my damsel in distress.
Oh, I love it.
Bat signal or whatever the case is.
Help.
I'm over there. Daddy. As soon as he see daddy, yes, baby. And he might sound annoyed because he might not feel like it. He just laid down. But something about she needs me.
She needs
yes.
me. That's when it's time to get active.
That'll
give you a whole different level of energy, motivation, just knowing like, yo, my person is in need. Let me show up. Like,
as opposed to like, you won't take out the trash.
Like, babe, can you please?
Or honey,
please,
honey, or affirm it. You know what, baby? No matter what, I appreciate that every Monday you pull that you remember to pull that bin out. If it was up to me, I'd be missing trash days every week.
Right, I can't do it.
But I tell women all the time, as opposed to attacking the thing that he may not be doing in the way that you like or to a standard that you like, you have to affirm the things he's doing and invite him to do the others more, right? I really love when you do this, but when you do this, it makes me feel this way, as opposed to you always doing that shit.
Right.
Right?
Or I'm about to get you out of here.
So I think a lot of us as women could benefit from tapping into it. However, on the flip it. Because I'm not just pro one side, pro what makes sense. A lot of men, right, want safe space to be vulnerable, but don't nurture the same space for a woman. And the thing is, for me to feel like I can submit to that man, I ain't got to question shit he say, because I know he thought about me and every choice he made. I got to have a safety with you too.
Right.
And what a lot of guys may not realize is that sometimes there are things that they do that directly attacks that space. If I feel like, you tell me things and you let me down consistently, I ask you, baby, can you bring home the milk on your way home?
And you forgot. The fuck
milk.
You mean you forgot?
And it's okay.
Right.
Maybe you listen to your music. Maybe you was in a car. He was like getting your shit in.
Then I tell you, stop talking to me like that. Go look at that man.
No.
Why? Okay. I'll switch for a second. I said I was going to switch. I'll switch. But the bottom line is, are you the kind of guy who goes back out to get the milk? Or are you the kind of guy who says, you know what, babe? Do you need it right now, or can I take care of it in the morning? Are you the kind of guy who says, let me DoorDash it? Or are you the kind of guy who says,
solve the problem?
Right? Different types of guys will solve it different types of way. His effort in meeting the need is important.
Yes, it is.
And I learned that in a real scenario. It was the get the milk situation is not a big one. It was literally me asking him to bring home milk because I had my younger brother who I was caring for, my child. He was home. And I was tired. I knew I was pregnant. I was tired. And I was like, I'm going to have to get up and make him breakfast. But if he got milk, because we don't got no milk.
Right.
If
he can make it himself.
He can make his cereal. And that'll give me an extra hour to sleep. I didn't give that whole long, expansive
definition. It doesn't need to be said.
You grab some milk on the way home. You out, you coming in, whatever.
Sense.
To him, it was just a gallon of milk. I'll deal with that shit later. To me, it was 2 hours of sleep. Right? So when you have a guy who cares to be a man of his word, who follows through, he invites the safety for the woman I was just describing to be soft, because I know that he got me. If he don't, he's going to try to correct it. And if he can't do it, he's going to tell me so he can at least equip his strong ass woman to step in and take care of it.
Right.
Because I could have went got the milk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, do something. Like, it's not that difficult. And I think that actually leads me into another clip that This shit threw me for a loop. So let me see how y'all feel about it.
I gotta see.
Get asked for dates, but I'm never interested in those dates. And the guys whom I'm interested in, they are never interested in me. I'm their bro friend, but I'm not their girlfriend.
Sorry, did you tell me your name?
Yeah.
What was your name?
You forgot?
Maybe we should go for a beer and talk about it.
Don't you dare call me bro. I break your head, I promise.
Have you finished berating me in public?
No, I'm really here for the question of attraction because it never lasts.
Well, I was just flirting with you and you shouted at me.
You forgot my name. I'm not interested suddenly.
But why did you use that opportunity to get angry with me?
No, I'm not angry with you. I'm letting you know.
We could have had such a little fun flirt right now. That energy you had with me when you were having a bit of a go at me, I just want you to channel it slightly differently. If you had just said, you don't remember, you said, I'm going to tell you, but you better make that up to me. All right, now we have tension.
I do get
Because he's right, and that's the honey, right?
That's
it's
the honey.
Delivery, how you deliver. Because I would have,
She's putting it in the chat, guys.
yeah, I would have easily, said
That's a
to
quick
that
flirt.
man- No, it's the easy flirt. I would have said, "Oh, what are you willing to do for it?
Right.
You want my name?"
Yeah,
Why?
she shut it down. He's like,
But also, if I create, he's right. He's right.
yeah.
But if I create space for her, that's clearly her frustration from a number of experiences that she's now venting. Because even when she said it, can you just help me? Like, I can't understand. It won't last. No matter how many times this and that. So that means
Because you talking to people crazy. Calm down.
But she maybe didn't in the beginning. Here's what I find. Most women haven't started that way. But after you've dealt with a certain type of treatment from different people for a certain amount of time, it builds up a version of you that doesn't want to be boo-boo the fool no more. And, I'm not going to be naive and let these guys run over me, so they get strong. And I think that's the problem. You said the word earlier, Josh. You said it, discernment.
Yeah.
That woman has not yet figured out how to differentiate the guy who's worth her honey versus the guy who ain't worth shit.
But I think that it's a bad case for men also in that moment, because we haven't even gotten past formal introductions yet. So me not remembering your name the first time that we meet should not trigger that type of a reaction out of you. And I think that when you have people that feel this way, like, you got to go see the lady first, because that's something that simple should not have hurt you that deeply or triggered that response. Yeah. And that was sexy.
He didn't choose to meet her energy with the same energy.
Right.
He led.
Because he was in a seminar. But most men would have walked away from that like, yo, you're all right, sorry, have a good day.
But as a man, he showed her, a real man will see a woman's hurt, right? And understand if she maybe come with a little something, because sometimes they call them diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
Right? She's in the rough.
Come on, Aladdin.
He didn't sit here and say, he didn't come at her in a way. He came at her in a way where he broke it down to where she could arrive
understand
herself. That allows her to create accountability and be like, you know what? I could have done that.
Yeah.
And it could have went different. As opposed to, same thing with men. If I'm just pointing fingers and saying, you could have did this, but you did it this way, and that's why you don't got a man. He could have did that too. But he decided to say,
the Kevin Samuels
what
way.
made you come that way?
Right.
Well, but why did you feel like you expressed it in anger? I want you to channel that, but can you do it a little differently? You could have said this. He guided her towards the right way. A lot of women want to learn that from their men too. And the thing is, if you find a woman who you feel like has enough attributes about her that are great, but this one little thing, she a little feisty. You got to know how to tame that brat.
Yeah.
You got to know how to tame that brat.
Most times you have to, what I realize as a man, sometimes you have to disarm the women first, right? You have to disarm them, because it don't matter what move you pull out, they're going to have something that's going to be a block up, right?
Yeah.
So they have to, like I say, and you said this earlier, you have to create an environment where they feel safe to even put the weapons down. So before you can even really do anything, both people have to come to that point where everybody can say, all right, let's put our stuff down. And then we can just do the conversation here. Like,
yeah, because honestly, if you do it the right way, all of that shit goes out the window. She gonna soften up right away. Like, a lot of times I'll be this and that. If he woke up on me, he go, watch who you talking to. Immediately, I'm like,
yo, my God.
all right, man.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't mean
immediately.
it.
Immediately. That's who I become. That's who I become. That's who I become. How can I make it up to you? I want to know. At that point, you check me. Check me. Sometimes I want to get checks. I'll do some shit to get checked. Right?
I know they was. I don't like it. Why they stealing?
Why is glad to get a little steamy? Because that's the same way. If he's treating me or talking to me in a certain way, and I notice his defensive side because he's naturally, I call him a Titan. Yeah, he's a charge at everything, and I have to disarm him with my feminineness, right? Or feminism. I said that wrong, but but I have to. At the same way he's attacking me, I have to say, baby, you know I'm not against you, right? You know that I'm the one who holds space for you, right? This is not an attack. If it came across that way, I'm sorry. Let me reset. Right?
That's so hard.
I'll say it to him like that. Or, tell me what it was that made you switch to defense mode. Because sometimes you don't realize that you've armed the alarm system.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't know what you said, what you did, what your movement was.
And sometimes when it's alarms, people have a tendency to now try to still crash through the window.
Right.
Yeah. And now they're all away in this mode. I'm going to tell you one thing. Trauma responses don't just happen in those moments. Men do them on a regular. Ladies, I'm going to keep it real. Men do this on a regular because if they choose to just stay quiet and let you run your mouth, that's what we call fawning, right? Yes. He's appealing to his attacker until she stops attacking in hopes that by him not going back at her, she'll subdue. That's a form of fawning. Or he'll walk away.
That's what that's called?
Yeah. He'll walk away. And he'll say, you know what? Because he realized if I stay in this could get worse. It could get dangerous. I know myself. I'm going to get away from her. Then he might leave the house. He might walk away, go to another room. That's flight. Right? If he's arguing back, that's fight.
Yep.
Spicy.
But if he just stands there while you going at him and a man goes like this, what it look like? Freeze.
Like, yo, chill. I didn't even come here for that.
I ain't touch you. So I do feel a lot of women trigger those responses in men, but they don't recognize that that's his trauma response because trauma is essentially a deeply distressing or disturbing event. So you're repeatedly coming at me that way. I'm repeatedly like, yo, I really don't, especially because if that shit escalates, he's going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like
prison.
You're going to jail.
And to your point, Cars, men also trigger women as well too. So both people are triggering each other at the same time and then trying to like go to their corners respectively.
I'll tell you one way. My man, he doesn't do it anymore. But in the beginning, when we would sometimes I'd be sitting on the bed and sometimes he get charged up. So he would stand up and he would stand there. Not to post up, but like, you know how when sometimes you get angry, you jump up and he like, yo. And I had to tell him one day, when you get up and you stand over me like that, it makes me
different energy,
right?
Different
and
feel.
I have a DV history, so I know that you standing over me puts me in a mode of like, and the fight in me is also, you know what I'm saying? Oh, sometimes
now it's gonna get nasty.
It's gonna get disgusting. So now I have to tell him like, baby, if you could just stay seated when we argue, So one thing we started doing, can I take your hand yesterday?
Yeah, of course.
Is when we fight, we do it like this.
Hold each other's hand.
And we'll say all this shit, and I'll be like, "But you did this, but we don't let this go."
Because that's the connecting. I totally understand.
That's one rule, and the other rule is I won't. Well, he didn't make the rule. I made the rule for myself because I realized I can't be naked when we fight. But weaponized, hands down. I stand up, and he'd be like,
"I don't want to fight no more."
Yeah, how you gonna fight?
So I can't. I try not to be naked, and the last one I try not to do is cry. Right? If I feel the tears coming on, I'll either try to like pause it or actually step away. I realize that like my tears are an instant disarming, but it can be manipulative.
Yeah.
If
that's
like,
real.
Yeah. If he's trying to get his shit off his chest.
And I start crying and now you the victim. And now I'm
here. His whole shit. But then that makes it feel like the minute I cry, whatever he had is no longer.
Yeah.
So I try to not do those things. And if I feel like I'm about to do that, I'll say, honey, I need a minute. I need to because I really do try my best never to weaponize the things that I know weaken him.
Right.
Unless I want to weaken him. You know?
Okay. I have a question. How many do you feel like
I love you.
Do you feel like when you do that method when you handle things that way, do you feel like things go smoother, like by default, like by and large, like a percentage, like most of the time?
We end up laughing. We call them love-humans. We don't call them arguments. And we call them love humans because a lot of times after we finish the argument, we realize that the core emotion was just love coming out in the wrong way. We have literally fought over, I was just trying to take this and put it downstairs for you. And I'm like, babe, but I knew your back hurt and I wasn't asking you to do that. I couldn't get it. But what are we really fighting about?
Right.
We're beefing about loving each other.
Right.
I'm beefing about I wanted to take care of you, but I'm trying to take care of you.
Right.
Normally, 90% of the time, that's our fight. And it might not always seem that visibly like that's the
clear,
case. But then
right.
when you really deduce it and break it down, like what are we really fighting about? A lot of times it's care. And then a couple percentage of chances that it's not, right? Because maybe somebody did something that really got the other one a certain way or whatever the case is. I believe that you have to love harder in anger than any other emotion, but also remember that anger is a temporary emotion and don't allow a temporary emotion to have a lifetime effect.
Right.
Right. So a lot of people say things in anger that cannot be unheard. They do things in anger that cannot be undone.
Hello.
And then it perpetuates. So the best thing I realized, and I didn't honestly notice until I had a healthier relationship, because when we argue, I don't have any emotional memory from the last fight or any fight before. We're literally dealing with this. My past relationships, every time he did me wrong, it brought up everything. And I'm like, here we go again. Yeah. It just felt like a vicious cycle. So you want to look for a person. Argue the situation, not each other. Argue the situation, not each other. Because sometimes you're coming at each other, oh, you just going to do this anyway. Now that's an attack at you, as opposed to what we actually are beefing about. I feel like it should be this. I feel like it should be that. But when I start saying, you always do that, now I'm arguing you.
Yeah, and you're making it personal instead of making it about the thing.
The actual thing. Because if you focus
but you also got to know what the thing
it.
is. That's a lot of the problem also when people argue, or arguments that I've seen. Like, do you even know what you're arguing about right now? Because you're not really arguing about nothing.
Yeah. And like you said, Kasha, when you ask, what are we really arguing about right now? It's always like a...
Pause.
Let me think about it.
Because sometimes you get so lost in an argument that you forgot where it started.
Forgot. And then once you go back to it, you like...
Because argument is healthy. When we watch debates on TV, right, for a presidential debate, that's an argument.
Right.
They disagree on certain things, or they may have different perspectives. We're hearing each person's side, and we're making a decision about where we land.
Exactly.
That's what it should be. When you focus on arguing a situation, that disagreement will grow you. When you argue each other, the disagreement will separate you.
Right, because it becomes personal, and now both people are going
conflict
to
is never the problem. How you handle the conflict can be. But
I hear that.
But I'm saying, ladies, if every now and again he get a little too aggressive, ain't nothing wrong with just, baby, you know I want to fight. I want to fight. Start touching yourself like that, baby. I'm sorry.
Yesterday, what you got?
You know,
what you got over
I'm
there?
giving this to you too. You
don't give it to me.
You newlywed, baby.
All right.
You know, and yesterday, as a guy, something about when a guy posts up on you. Am I wrong? It make you feel small.
I love to feel little.
I love feeling tight. Make the little girl come out. That's your secret weapon as a guy.
Just the presence.
Not in an attacking way, but to stand up and be like, what you really want to fight about?
Okay, I have a question.
I don't know. I forgot. I know what I want to do now. It's not fight.
All right, I have a question.
What's up yesterday? What you got, babe?
Let me play a clip.
What's some red flag that you're willing to ignore?
If he's spending money, I don't really give a fuck about what he's doing.
Even if he's cheating?
If he's spending money, he take care of me. That ain't got shit to do with me.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man. What's some red
if he's spending money,
clip at the end.
Yeah, so no, that was funny, but I wanted to ask you guys, switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
I wanted to know what's a red flag that you guys had to ignore to be in your relationship.
Ooh.
To be in the relationship I'm in now.
I know you guys are in serious. You know you're married. So I know you guys have
a red flag.
So I wanted to know what's something that you guys had to feel like, okay, this is my person. I gotta accept this. I maybe don't rock with it, or I'm not on board with it. But
I can tell you. That's easy.
This is the thing that I'm like.
I had to kind of.
Yeah, I had to think about it, but I don't know. It's not a red flag per se, but it is something that I thought that I definitely have to. I still look past it to this day because I be irritated, and it's the fact that one of my love languages is words of affirmation.
Okay,
and that's not his thing. And I had to learn that his dominant way to love is acts of service and physical touch. And I'm not a physical touch type of person. So I had to kind of understand the love differently. Because words mean a lot to me, but then actions also mean a lot to me. The physical touch I could live without, but I know that the physical touch is his I love you. It is his you're beautiful. It is his I had to learn how to decipher that. And I'm also very like, don't fucking touch me. Like, stop touching me. And I have a Velcro husband and a Velcro daughter, and I be wanting to fight both of them every day, just like, get the fuck off me.
They surgeon with what you need, but don't want.
Exactly.
I don't want that shit. Get off my body.
Is it still that he's not big on words of affirmation?
It is an ongoing conversation, and he tries, but I think that he overthinks it.
Can I offer a tip?
Give it to them when that man in there
right.
somewhere.
If he already likes acts of service, right? The affirmation should come with the service. So, for example, if he brings you something, I love to take care of you.
And in his head, things like that sound corny, or it sounds like.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Why are we afraid to be corny? For
like, be corny. Honestly, it's fine.
To me, the best type of sexy is the goofiest kind. To me. Like, I love being playful and doing silly shit. I just want to play. Let me just smack it. I love all of that.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, it's a step ladder. While doing something he already does naturally, that's the best time to try to include it in the conversation. Even if it's not, if you feel like those choices of words are corny.
It's never me, it's him. He gets in his own head about it.
If he feels like the choice of words is corny, then you have to challenge yourself to find a way to deliver the words that don't sound corny, but that's true. Because it's going to be authentic. I can get from his end. His perspective is if it's not authentic, it doesn't feel real. It feels fake, feels corny.
And then he feels like if you say something and then immediately tomorrow I start speaking differently, then it's inauthentic. And it's like we're just at an impasse.
But I want to give you this perspective because I know you listening too. As opposed to looking like doing something different is inauthentic, recognize your effort to do it is the most authentic thing, period. Because you're doing it to give an effort to do something that he knows matters to you that may not come easily to him. Just the effort alone is going to make you feel seen, right? Even if the execution of the words ain't perfect, right? It's one of those things where it's like, just do it now, you can perfect it later. Right? You have to start somewhere. Right? But it's also easier to marry it with something that you already love to do. So if you rubbing her shoulders, you like to, whatever his physical touch, you don't love physical touch, but I mean, if your neck hurts, you all right with that? Him providing the service of rubbing your shoulders and touching your skin gives him the dose of the love languages he likes to deliver. But while he's rubbing your shoulders, he can ask you about your day. He can ask you how you feeling. He can tell you he appreciates you. He can tell you those same things, and it could be true. Right. So I think try it there. You know what I'm saying? Tell her shoulders is sexy. You see them shoulders in the dress?
All right, calm down.
Be like, sexy ass shoulders. Let me rub them shits. Okay.
Kasha.
But I just think that like you have to try. You have to try. And even if it doesn't become his dominant, at least you'll know, like, my man tried for me. And that alone.
And that's all that's really like the thing that I care about the most is like the effort, which is why I know that he is more of an acts of service person. So I appreciate every effort, everything that he does. Like all the things that he does that I don't like to do. Like,
don't say it to me. Tell it to him.
Kasha.
Tell it to him. He's listening. I appreciate you.
Oh God, Kasha.
Listen, I save lives and marriages.
You do.
I'm trying to help here. Seriously.
All right, no, I can do it.
You can do it. Because you're a good girl.
I am.
You are good.
In real life.
Right?
Don't look at me while I do it.
All right, I won't look.
Thank you. I love you so much. And I appreciate all the things that you do every single day that just makes our life so much easier. It is something that I can't do, that only you can provide for us and our family. And I just want you to know that every single day, I thank God that I have you in my life, because without you, I don't know how I would be able to do anything. I love you.
I was telling this too. I love the fact that you still love me, even though I don't want your ass to touch me.
But he know that I be irritated. I love you,
even though your ass won't tell me I'm beautiful.
Just stop pissing me off.
That was
it's
cute.
real.
That's how I talk to him. I keep telling you, I don't talk to my man the way I talk to y'all.
She don't hate me.
Fuck with y'all.
She don't hate me. I knew that from the first time I was with her.
I don't.
It's no different than what we were speaking about earlier. After you've had a certain number of experiences of a certain type of guy, it will shape a feeling about that guy. And unfortunately, we come across more of them than the latter. Yeah. So you have to be in this operating mode of always being ready for that dude. And so when you come across a guy who's not that dude, it's not that easy to turn it off for a lot of people. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what it's like. But she's never been a... Please.
Never gave that.
I don't think you hate men. I don't think that person.
I never gave that. I don't like excuses, and I like men that are men. And I will never believe that just because you were born with a penis, it makes you a man. Like, that ain't it. That's not the deciding factor. Like, you were born male, cool, but you a bitch on the inside. And I just want somebody to tell you so that you could boss up and be a real ass man. And like, we can't continue to pacify bitch assness. And I think that that's really what my problem is. Like,
I think
be a man.
When I come across those guys, I ask them, what is your definition of a man? I listen to what they say, and 9 times out of 10,
it'd be stupid.
It'd be certain things that they say. I'll ask them, where did they get that definition?
A movie, a rap song.
No, because you know what? I find that sometimes they getting mentored by a dude who seemed like he that nigga, and right, and really ain't. And then because I feel like every guy, you discover bits and pieces of your manhood. Yesterday, this really is something that I feel like you're a man, right? But like, even whether you have a father or not growing up, you're gonna come across men in your upbringing, and you take bits and pieces of what you admire about those guys that somewhat formed before you start to develop your own. Identity of manhood, but sometimes it's not the right example that you're emulating. And the worst part is about those assholes is they will affirm you being an ain't shit nigga because
that's all they know.
That's all they know.
What are they like? What is their point of reference?
But for you, do you feel like, just on the flip side of what we were just saying, do you feel like as a man, you've had the best example or model of being emotional or vulnerable to a woman? Like how we would talk about a woman treating a man, but like but the programming of you to feel like you could show that side of you to a woman, is that something that comes easy, something you were taught, or something that's like, where are you at with that?
So that's a good question. So for me, well, my dad, he left my mom when I was like 3 or like 2, and then my mom started dating I call my stepfather, right? They never actually got married, but that's who I feel like is like, that's like my dad, right? So he's still in my life. He's been in my life since I was 4, right? So I'm 32, so that's almost 30 years.
Yeah,
now,
that's that.
So yeah, that's how I look at him. So for me, my viewpoints of manhood has looked very different because it wasn't like the traditional person, right? All the men in my life who I feel like love me the most, sometimes were not directly related to me, right? So like my aunt Dot, her husband, that's like another father figure of mine. He's not related to me, but that's who I feel taught me a lot about manhood. He was married to my aunt from 75 until she passed away 2 years ago, right? So those, like my stepfather, him, different people showed me what certain things look like, right? Like my stepdad, the reason why I feel like if I was to deal with somebody that had kids, I would want to move a certain way because my stepdad moved me a certain way. And I feel like I can never go less than what he's presented to me, right? So I feel like if I'm not willing to do that, I just got to move around from it, right? Because I would never want to be in that situation and feel like I'm not even half of what he was to me, right? So I feel like I do have good examples, and I feel like I did also have bad examples, but I've always been pretty good with deciding for myself, right? I was never somebody that could be like easily influenced to do one thing or another.
Got you.
Like if I feel like I'm being pushed too hard, I'll just do the opposite because I feel like I'm being pushed to do something. So for me, I feel like it's been an untraditional, unorthodox way, but through a lot of trial and error, through a lot of mistakes that I've had to make in my life, I feel like I've been able to put it all together with the people that I've explained.
Do you think women appreciate the fact that I like the guy you are?
Yeah, I feel like now today, because I wasn't always who I was today, right? So it took me.
He's also an Aquarius, so he has a lot of issues.
I'm with an Aquarius.
Issues.
Oh, we got him.
I'm with it.
I know you work, but you look how you got to work through it. You got to.
Because to answer your question, right, that you initially asked, right? I would say the thing
it is hate. You deserve that straight. I'm never getting off your ass.
No, but you
feel never getting off your ass.
Well, when the quote unquote red flag question, right? Because I didn't respond to that, right? Yeah. Getting that red flag. One is he wasn't as healed as he thought he was.
Because he was an Aquarius,
right? Well, because if we talking about an Aquarius and how that does affect that a little bit is that Aquarius have a way of caring or not caring.
Hello.
They like here or here. This here is hard. This is easy. This is easy. But this is challenging. The middle ground, Lord.
Middle ground is nasty.
But it is. But because of that, he went from giving a fuck to saying, I completely don't. And when you do that, you don't give yourself an opportunity to feel everything in the middle that you need to truly get to a place where it's not even a feeling of not caring, as opposed to acceptance. I accept it for what it was, as opposed to I don't give a fuck about it. I think that if you were, like, for example, you had past relationships, you gave a fuck at some point.
Exactly.
Right? I understand you could reach a point of saying that's not what matters to me anymore. But what happened in that situation is because he didn't realize the traumas that he had. And I'm going to say this because they were not the traumas of the world that people widely
there's already, there's different levels.
People always look at the traumas of like, oh, you was
mommy issues, daddy issues.
Right. And they give all
the rest of that shit. Yeah.
But being in relationships where, cheating is a trauma. That's one. He's experienced infidelity in his past. But also like not feeling like, again, that fawning stuff I was talking about. Yeah. I do feel like he's a guy who grooms himself to keep the peace in most scenarios. He shared with me an experience that happened to him like when he was mad young, like 20, on a job, not even in a relationship, where something he said cost him a lot. So he would avoid saying things out of fear of the consequence of it.
I agree.
Yeah. So because of that, I would have to work so hard, pulling teeth, to get certain things out of him because he would hold back his words on some like, nah, I'm good. I have to tell him like, it's okay to say it. And
just speak.
But you know how you were saying the tough conversations and stuff. So I had to kind of be patient to get him to a place where he could feel comfortable saying the things that are not easy to say. Telling me all the good things. You sexy. I love this. Da-da-da.
Easy. Light work.
Yeah.
But the other stuff wasn't. So he wasn't. But as we were, as we were kind of working through our issues, and I would say, I noticed you have a tendency to react to this way. Is there something that made you do that? It would actually make him think. And then he would surface something and be like, well, this used to happen a lot when I did this, whatever. And I'm like, so it's created a response now that I'm now receiving from you, even though I'm not the one who did it to you. Right. So he still had a little bit more healing to do. And other than that, it's just his natural instinct, because again, Aquarius, right? Either I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. If he's not doing that, he ain't doing shit. But if he's doing it, he gonna go hard. And there'll be times that he would rush into things or go into argument so quick, and I have to be like, slow down, right? Like, that's why I always have to tell him, I'm not fighting you. I'm not your enemy. I'm not your enemy. Until he realized she's not my enemy. We finally got to a place now where he's catching it. I don't have to say it. He'll be like, wait, let me dial it back. I'm going to be nice. So now I could tell awareness is working. And he's, but it took a good year before
I'm
we got.
Yeah, we know, because you're an Aquarius. You know, people born in them frigid months. Y'all got some deep rooted emotional issues. I just think that when we go through
stuff, I think sometimes it's hard for us to recruit. I'm not even thinking you. Crazy.
Ain't nothing wrong with me.
I'm a Pisces, so you know I'm right there.
I know you and Parker and frigid month people. Y'all are just
I think an unaware Pisces is a dangerous Pisces.
It is.
But when you know yourself, you can recognize stuff where it becomes a superpower. It becomes a complete total opposite. I'm a warm weather baby, even though I wasn't born in the warm weather.
I love that for you.
But yeah, I agree with you that can be a little bit more difficult to navigate because we live at the bottom of the ocean over here. We just be swimming in it.
Yeah, so. Foolishness.
No, not foolishness at all. I think when we are guarded about something, it takes us a long time to get comfortable with that.
I'm just got time to be breaking through your fucking iceberg.
The same exact thing, because I respond in certain ways, and then when I have to break it down, it's like, oh, like this is really coming from
some other shit.
Yeah, but it's not like something small, it's something that was like maybe large that was never addressed. So when
Right.
I'm with somebody that cares about me, it's like, yo, hey, like, you know, we
Aquarius
good.
people are excellent compartmentalizers.
That's
And the thing about it
Too
is,
good.
the way I could best give this to you yesterday, like, and you're going forward, is because I'm good at it too, right? Because either that or you're a survivor, and I survived a lot of shit. We have this way, I equate it to a storage unit. You know how storage facilities have different size units.
Right.
Some people have stuff in storage for 20 years. Some people only need it for a year.
Right,
We have a way of putting things into storage, and depending on how big it is, depending on how big the unit is. And sometimes we never go back to that unit and clean it out, right? We never go back and take it out. And then every time we tell ourselves we're going to go back, we're going to deal with it. Something else, something right. So now we still compartmentalizing to get through life.
You still got that bill
on a day to day. The problem with a lot of Aquariuses, this is where the line gets tricky though, is y'all don't just compartmentalize. It forms the grudges you hold that you disguise as not caring, right? And so you don't give a fuck because you gave a fuck, right? And so as a result, you take that out on people in a sense of like, yeah, well, a person could never do that to me again. And so any person who comes along, who
I keep telling you, you gotta go see the lady. Go see the lady.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a man,
but yeah, the person who hasn't done shit to you is paying for the shit that someone else did to you. So I do feel like that's where the Aquarius line gets a little bit more challenging, because y'all will tell yourselves, you know how a pathological liar will tell a lie so much they believe it?
Yeah.
Y'all will tell yourselves the lie of I don't care for so long, to the point where you feel like it's the truth. Even though, like you just said, a certain thing happens, it triggers this reaction, and then suddenly that thing you didn't care about is what influenced how you responded.
Right.
So I do find that it's not just Aquarius people, but y'all do have a little bit more.
The word that you use, fawning, is good too, because I feel like the word fawning, I heard you explain it. That's where I started saying that's peace, because that's peace was a response from feeling like
I'm not even finna fight.
That I can say. Let me find the one thing that because I can't not say anything, because that's me ignoring. So I have to say something that you can't fight. So I'm like, I have to go find something that you're not able to fight. So that's where that speech comes from.
And that's so funny.
That's actually interesting
too, because Aquarius people, what you just said, if I tell him he did something wrong, the motivation to fix it is to be able to never give me the right to say it to him again. So it's not about actually correcting the behavior. It's about making sure I can't call him on it no more. And so the motivation is different. But even with the fawning thing, a lot of people misunderstand that one, because like, think about it. If you're being kidnapped, there's some people who try to break free. They fighting their way out. There's some people who just go, stay calm. They're going to rescue me, whatever. But then there's that other person who starts talking to the abuser and be like, what made you want to do this to me?
Right. They
start trying to appeal to the attacker in hopes of flushing something out of them that will make them no longer want to hurt me. Right. Even though they don't really give a shit, right, about that person. They just want to survive. But in order to survive, I'm going to try to make some peace. I'm going to try to at least make you care enough about me to not want to hurt me as bad as you're probably planning to.
Right.
That's fawning. But we see it clearly in those scenarios. We don't see it when I go, okay, honey, like, or we're trying to talk someone down and do whatever we can to calm the situation or give you some, it's a trauma response.
Well, I have one more clip, because I'm starving to death.
Oh, baby, you gonna land this plane for us? You gonna land this plane for us?
Say
yes, of course.
That's what I like to hear.
I don't know what it is, but I'm playing Russian roulette today, so fuck it. YOLO. Here we are.
If I'm her guy best friend, shouldn't I be able to be put on with every single one of her friends? She talking about no, cause what?
No, because like it should, like, everybody not meant to be together. Just because I got nice friends and they two good people, that don't mean they need to be together.
That don't make sense though.
It makes a lot of sense.
No, it don't.
I mean, half of my friends, you don't even fit their aesthetic.
What?
You don't fit their aesthetic.
What do you mean fit the aesthetic? Like, I'm a good dude.
Typically,
I got my life together.
Couples go together, and it's not just connection. It's sometimes looks as well, and aesthetics.
Looks? Aesthetic? What are you talking about?
Oh, look at your fit, bro. Like, let's get to the basics.
Let's
start there.
I'm just saying.
Appearance first.
No, you're always talking about an outfit, but I feel like as your guy best friend, like, you should put me on your friends no matter what.
You're a great person, but I don't have friends that will probably want to pursue you respectfully.
Bro, ask. You don't even want to ask.
You need to shoot your own shot.
How am I gonna shoot if they already know you and they know we're friends? Why can't you just put me on?
I'll put the good word in, but you need to take the initiative.
That's not cool. See, she tripping. She tripping.
Imagine putting the good word in and then they fumble. That's crazy.
No, we're not.
You threw it?
We're not going to do this.
Why not?
Because I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get out of here smoothly on that.
I didn't know, but I'm just saying, like, imagine you have the scenario when you have good girlfriends, you got a good guy friends, and you actually do attempt, and then they fumble, and now you stuck in the middle.
That happens a lot. It happens. I have a French situation where, and then it gets complicated because I'm like, damn, can I invite this person and this person? It does get tricky.
Now it gets tricky. Now everything is
tricky.
tricky.
I agree with one thing she said, which was you got to shoot your own shot. It's the fact. Okay, it's the fact that you feel like, okay, that's your friend. You feel like she could put you on. Mm-hmm. But if that's what you want,
then you should just shoot.
Just shoot.
Just you know? Yeah, and especially if you give access to shoot. Like, you just be like, yo, I'm going to let you shoot your own shot. Here's the number. Shoot. And then...
Now, I don't agree with the way she said certain things to him, but I understood where she was coming from, where she was like, you know... she needs to feel like you're a good fit all around, right? And she's like, look at your parents, like how you taking care of yourself. I don't think that she had to say it that way.
I mean, if we friends, I got to tell you the truth. Just go back.
Yeah, like, she was keeping it about.
I just want to keep it a bean
on camera, though.
Be in the play,
like on camera, though. That's the only thing for me.
Keep it a bean.
So my thing is this: I would have said, instead of look at your fit, right? I would have said the girls that in my friendship circle, they tend to go for guys who dress this way. Your style is more this, so I don't think that they would like you in the way you present. I wouldn't have just attacked his look.
That's what it
right?
is. That's what it is.
So again, it's like how you deliver that the same way the guy in the clip you did. I'm not gonna be like, look at you, because as my friend, I'm not trying to degrade you, my nigga. Like, look at you, you look trash. Like, oh, you need to look at your look, like.
You know,
so it's
but then sometimes it's bigger than that.
You feel about me,
like, right? Sometimes it's bigger than the look. You know, maybe it's just like, look at the effort that you put in, or lack thereof.
Because 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what it is. It's like, did you put any effort into your?
I'm on your ass,
your appearance, but on the flip side of it, she doesn't have the ability to make that decision either for her friends, right? So I can always say to my homegirl, listen, you know, my best friend so-and-so, he has an interest in you. I really don't want to be in the middle of it. I think he's a good guy, but I'm putting it out there because also those women have the ability to decide for themselves whether they want to go forward. So I do feel like she doesn't have the right to decide, you know, you yucking on someone else's yum.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And that's why I think that the play is always, you know what? I can facilitate the introduction and y'all got it from here.
Yeah, let's have a night out. Let's go get drinks.
Let's have a night out. Let's go do something. Let's go actually do something.
If we go out, it's going to give you a chance to get yourself looking a certain
So then you
way.
invite people.
What you did yesterday? What's she coming at you
right?
for?
Go ahead, get your change. You know, you invite people. You invite people out, so you know people have the opportunity to meet each other, and then some people show up and then other people don't. And then you still try to facilitate to, you know, because you think that people, you know, they might get along, and then niggas get put on a pip. And that's crazy.
All right, listen, because I don't even like how you rolling this out.
How am I rolling it out? So I didn't even know what the video was.
I didn't do anything, Kasha. Long story short.
Tell Kasha what happened from your own point of view. I won't say shit.
From my point of view, very quickly. Daj was trying to facilitate.
I was trying to facilitate, or you inquired?
Okay, I inquired, but I inquired months ago. So it was just kind of like just left there. Mm-hmm. Just randomly one day, Daj was like, yo, you know what? I got you.
I was
like, you know what?
Can I just get context real quick, and then I'm going to leave it alone? The context was the person that he was inquiring about did not live in this state.
Okay.
So the person decided to, you know, spend some time home. And I'm like, oh, this is the perfect time. Because before, like, when you asked, these niggas live in Timbuktu at this point. Like, you can't do nothing with that. But now that niggas
that opportunity's here.
Hello.
Okay.
Here we go.
What you did with it?
So hold on. Also, let's be clear. Daj threw this out there like the night before. Like, yo, hey, listen, I'm thinking about going out this day. Remember, this was Thursday. You like, yo, let's
I also invited you to my birthday that you did not show up to. And of course, this person would be there.
To be fair.
And you did a no call, no show on my birthday.
About the host of these shows not showing up when they're supposed to be for her.
It's so crazy.
Now, all right. To be
That's
fair,
why I got my husband. My husband.
To be fair, I did apologize to you for that.
Yes,
I
you
should have
did.
texted you and told you
Yes,
I wasn't
you did.
able to come. I was supposed to go with Tahoe. He didn't go last minute.
They both pulled the same thing together.
So that's what happened. But I should have texted her anyways.
Right.
So that's on me.
Pull up?
No, he didn't.
With no call, no show.
No call, no show.
That was on me. I apologize. I'm not even fighting that.
Right.
I'm not even fighting that.
Can't even fight it. It's over.
You got it.
Did you still like her? Did you still like her?
No, it was my birthday.
No, that was her birthday.
Oh, your birthday.
Yeah, I invited him to my birthday, which I
didn't
knew.
make it to my birthday that night either.
Yeah, but
he fell asleep.
So he inquired
about the friend.
The friend was obviously at my birthday, so that would have been a perfect time for them to meet. But he pulled a no call, no show. So then I tried again for my fave. I tried again. I'm out with my friend, and I'm just like, yo, it's time. Let's try to put this. Let's facilitate this.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead, tell your story.
So she facilitates. So she basically like, yo, listen. So they were out. She's like, yo, text my friend right now. I said, okay, cool. I text her. While we're speaking, I text her. I don't hear anything from the friend. Right?
Don't make a judgment yet. I'm not gonna say shit. Kasha, don't make no thought processes. Just listen to the facts.
She thinks she disappointed.
Hold on.
Disappointed she didn't see you.
Hold on.
No. Just let him tell him.
So
this is how we gonna end this show today.
You are so petty. Like,
I am.
So we text. So I text her. No response. Nothing. Cool. We record a couple days later. I said, Daj. She's like, yo, why you ain't texting my friend? Pull my phone out. Show.
Pull out the phone.
Yo, I did text her.
Okay.
She like, so she texted her, asked her, I guess. She hit her up and was like, yo, hey, what's up? So the girl was like, oh, I thought it was spam. He texted me from an email. Now, mind you, my contact is the same contact that she has. So everybody has the same contact. So that whole like, oh, it was I'm like, mind you, literally, I'm texting Daj on the same contact. We are speaking on the same contact.
But the contact is also saved in my phone as your name, so it doesn't come up as an email for me. But however, continue.
But also remember, you told me to text her that night y'all were together. So I figured y'all were together. So when I text you, would be like, oh, that's him.
Right. That did not happen. But continue.
Right.
Okay. So now you're able to say this is what she said.
Right. So Daj basically she puts it together. So we speak. We text that night. So this is Sunday. We record. We text. We text a little bit. I'm about to leave the pod. Whatever. So we talk maybe an hour. She's
You're
like,
missing context first. The day that I gave you the number, did we not plan a date for y'all two? Me and you planned a date for y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We planned a date. Yes, we did plan a date. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, long story short,
all that had to happen. Sorry.
So basically,
you said you was.
I wasn't.
Right. So basically, long story short is what happened. Basically, the communication in text was not proficient enough, right? So remember, Sunday we text. She's like, "Yo," I didn't call her
ever.
But again, I wasn't getting responded throughout the week via text, right? So Sunday, right? She's like, "Yo, I'm going to sleep. I got to get up early tomorrow." So I said, "Okay, I hit you up tomorrow." So I hit her up on Monday. She doesn't we speak for maybe an hour or so. Then she just doesn't respond. She says nothing. So days go by. She says nothing. So I hit her up on Friday, like, hey, like, what's up? Like, she's like, yo, hey Denzel, you're on a PIP.
Is that what happened? Or did she hit you up and tell you he was on a PIP?
No. I told you this last week.
Okay, go ahead.
I hit her up after the days because remember, because y'all say that I be acting like a baddie and I don't like to double text. So I took your advice and I was like, you know what?
Okay. You double text. Okay.
So she's like, yo, hey Denzel, you're on a PIP. So I'm like, now I guess the Aquarius in me, I was confused. I was confused that somebody even could tell me some shit like that based off of them not even responding to me. So
what did she say? Why were you on a PIP, Denzel?
Because she basically said that I hadn't asked her any questions
about her and stuff.
Yeah.
Can I tell you the worst thing about this whole interaction? Everything's happening over text. What are we doing? Because this is the problem. Conversations have to get away from text. I don't know you. You don't know me to know the way I talk or how I communicate. So we over here trying to configure it. I said this on the last time we sat down and talked. I keep trying to tell y'all, please listen to me. If y'all don't listen to me,
just pick up the phone.
Okay, 55% of communication is in body language.
Yeah.
38% of it is in tone.
Right.
Only 7% of it is in words.
Hello.
Which means that if you put the words out there, you leave it up to me to interpret your tone, how you said it.
Pick up the phone
when you said it.
Yep.
But if you talking to me on the phone, you at least give me that extra 38% to take your words and your tone to imagine the language. And when we get together in person, I get to see your body language when you talk to me and hear how you say it, so I could understand. But y'all literally had a whole nothing really via text, and at no point, and I'm gonna put this on you as the man for one reason.
And also the fact that he texted her from an email, so you can't call an email. So it is on him. It's on him.
Pursuant. You are the one who you expressed the interest.
Yes.
You wanted her. So it does put you in a position to be the person who's gonna go. I do think that here's something I'll leave you with. And you can tell me how you feel about it if you think there's any merit in it. A long time ago, I give credit to my man for this. He said this to me and it stuck with me. He said, when you want a person there, you find reasons to get them there. When you don't really want them there, you find excuses for why you didn't. So, for example, hey, girl, I would have called you, but I know you got the kids. So, right? So, like, I got the kids, but if you would have just called me and gave me a heads up, you would have given me an opportunity to not have them. Did you really want me there or not?
Did you really
want
me there?
Or, for example, like, I'll be honest, you said earlier about girls taking guys on a date. The truth is, the first time I went out with him, I paid because it was my birthday, believe it or not, and I paid for him because I wanted him there.
Because I want you there.
And he was going back to work after being out from surgery. So financially, I knew that it was a tight time for him, and I wasn't gonna the place that I was going was expensive. I wasn't gonna ask him to dig into his limited check, to do that. I wanted him there. So I said to him, he said to me, nah, babe, I can't do, I would love to go out, but right now, financially, I'm not this. And I said, it's okay, I'll take care of you. And he fought that. And I'm like, I want you there. So I'm not going to say, well, I know you're not working right now. And so you probably can't really, afford, but if you can make it, I'm going to say, I want you there, I'll take care of it. So I feel like for you, if you wanted her, the reason of the text situation and the emails and all that bullshit.
Can I add one thing on Kasha?
No, let her finish. I
do think that if you would have picked up the phone one time, I would completely be on your side.
Okay, so just to add context, so the very last time that we spoke, and she expressed basically we probably should be speaking on the phone. So once she expressed that to me, and I was like, oh, you're right. So I'm like, I was leaving the pod. So I'm like, I'm going to be free tomorrow, which was Saturday. So I'm going to be free until the evening time. Let me know what time's good for you. We can speak whenever. She never responded.
Lovely.
So when you're
now that is on her. That part is on her. But I do think that the call should have happened well before that whole week went by.
Boom. Before you was put on a pip.
Because it does put, because it's hard. Look, prevention.
We planned the date.
Prevention is always better than a cure, right? You're now trying to cure it after the communication failed, as opposed to preventing the communication failures happening as long. That part is on you. But in the end, if she was gonna not be interested at that point and not be responsive, she should have just told you, okay, you're on a pip and I'm no longer interested. So that you didn't have to do that, because now you made yourself available. You heard her out and you said, you know what, I'll make myself available to you all day Saturday. You let me know what works for you. She didn't respond. That's where, if you were gonna tell me we should be talking on the phone, now my expectation is for us to be able to do that. I will say on that end, she probably either should have clearly said, I'm no longer interested, or at minimum, have the conversation.
All right. So my thing is, I'm only going to speak on the end of this, because I could add some more salt on it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. What I will say is, for me, and this is not a her thing. Well, I can say two things. One, I don't think that her not responding to that meant that she was still not interested, because she sent me something afterwards. It said, send this to your friend. Because I think the interest was still there, but for me, I'm only going to speak about myself. I like initiative in a man. Don't ask me to schedule a phone call. Nigga, just call me. And I think that but that's how I interpreted what he said. It's like, all right, I'm gonna be free this day. Let me know when it's okay to hit
like
you
he's
up.
Trying to not be
like, why I gotta tell you when to call? Nigga, just pick up the phone.
He's being intentional. Because if he just, I'm gonna give you this. If he just picks up the phone, and he calls you at the wrong time, then he didn't make sure that he called you at a time where you have the room and space to be undivided attention to each other. He's telling you, I have this entire window to give you all my attention. Let me know what's your best window to give it. Once she said, okay, I got time between, let's just say, I got time between 12 and 2. It becomes on him to call her at 12, right? But by not conveying an availability, right? You're leaving him in a position where he did take the initiative to say, you know what?
After the pip.
It's nasty.
It's nasty.
But that's why I'm saying if it's after that, and you wasn't going to be open to it, then just say that. But don't say to me, we should be talking. And then when I try to talk to you, you don't.
Honestly, respond. For me, and again, I'm talking about me. I can't speak for her, but I'm just saying if it was me and I said I'm putting you on a pip and then I explain it to you, I would have loved the phone call right then. And like, what you mean I'm on a pip? What happened? Good morning. How you doing?
A more aggressive response.
But I think that is what's attractive. The initiative, oh shit, nah, what happened? Like, oh, but you didn't respond to me. But I can only I don't have you have 2 phones. I don't have your other phone number. Every time Tahoe like, yo, call yesterday. I'm like, nigga, I can't call yesterday. Like, I literally can't because I don't have yesterday's phone number. Right? So if you texted me from an email, I can't call you even if I wanted to. Right? At least this is how I'm thinking. So we only ever communicate via text, or if I do need something from him in real time, I'll FaceTime him. But I don't know you yet, so I'm not finna just be FaceTiming nobody. I also did not know that he hit her up off the phone that didn't have a phone number. So if you get in if I say, yo, my homeboy yesterday want to talk to you, and then I get a text message. That part is
hands down she got.
But look, I get a text message from an email that says, hey, this is Jacob. I'm not answering that because it's one of those, you get them texts like, hi, it's Amy. You're like, who the fuck? Jump.
No, she's not wrong on that front. But what I think is that.
And then y'all speak and you never asked the girl, they spoke because she's like, hey, what you up to? How you doing today? No, what you into? No, this nigga don't even know her name. The nigga never even asked the girl her name.
Let you finish.
Where's she at? Can we call her now? Shit.
She on a plane, actually.
Okay, see? What if
she on her way back?
Look, what if he would have called her? She on a plane. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to be fair. I want to be fair.
It's yesterday's fault.
I want to be fair.
You're fucking loser.
I think there's accountability. There's a shared accountability on this one. I think in the beginning of the interaction,
I don't see it. I see you fucked it up.
You got to own that.
You got to own the whole thing.
Now on the back end, right?
Now we hate you.
At the moment where she said we should be talking on the phone.
You should have called her.
That was a conveyance of a continuance. You said you got me on the pip, but you also said in that same conversation, but we should
I want to talk on the exactly. Right. So you should have called immediately.
But I wasn't in a position to call at that time.
But I'm gonna tell you why. He's damned if he do, he's damned if he don't. Because look, if he would have called her at a time where he couldn't give her his undivided attention, that would have been a problem. If he would have called her at a time that she was unavailable, that could have been a problem. But
you don't know that.
We don't.
We didn't even see it.
We don't.
Niggas never even got a call through the phone.
We don't know. But the thing is, 9 times out of 10, if a man call you telling he trying to talk to you, but every time he turn around, he telling you hold on, he doing something, you're gonna be like, listen, just give me a call.
If you was available Saturday, you should have just called.
Right, but hold on.
I'm not on his side at all.
I hear you, but I'm thinking about her actions telling me something different than what you're saying. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm speaking. Same. I'm not speaking from you because you're not the one we talk about. We talk about her, and only she can confirm. But if you had no longer an expressed interest, you want to pip and I'm no longer interested. I tried this and that. I don't like the way you communicate. Boom. That could have been the end of it. Once you put that line out that said we could have talked, you reopen the invitation to a cure for whatever issue we had before. So you own everything from before that.
Yeah, for sure.
I do think that you sending a text saying, this is when I'm available. When's a good time for you? I think that that's what we call a text that you're doing to show consideration. Yeah. I feel like if he's showing consideration and saying, let me know what works for you, and I'm going to call you. I can't talk right now. I can't talk now, but I got all day tomorrow. What time is okay for you? I don't think that it's unreasonable for her to have just answered. Now, yesterday, how the fuck you ain't know her name?
I thought that I did.
You did?
You sounded like old girl on the cliff.
I thought that I did.
I thought Well, I was told that her name was
the same thing. She was told your name was yesterday. You hit her up with your government. I told you her nickname. You never asked her what her real name was because you never asked that lady one question about herself. Not even how was your day.
And you gotta own that.
That's fair. That's peace.
Because your expressed interest was lackluster in the front.
And this is what I'm saying.
And that's what shaped how she dealt with you on the back end a little bit. And maybe, sometimes in life we fuck up chances 2 seconds too late, and you got to charge it to the game. Charge it to your head, not your heart. But at the end of the day, the only thing.
Nigga ain't even asked me my name, but you telling me your availability. Now I got to answer questions. Bitch, say hi. Say how was your day?
That's what I've been doing.
You a lie. You a black ass lie.
First thing that you should have been saying to her is,
because I was hitting her up.
Yeah, but the first thing you should have been saying is, hey, I know this is your nickname, but is it okay if you tell me your name? That should have been the first text, right? If you guys are texting to kind of line up a meetup and she says to you like she didn't know the number or whatever, listen, you should have owned that. You should have said, listen, I apologize. I realized the number I hit you from came up as an email. Let me give you my actual number.
Boom.
This is where the initiative was missing on your end.
That shit would have been sexy.
That's where I'll be honest with you. But
shit whack.
I do think that when she told you that you was on a pip, you weren't on a pip. But then it's very confusing, Daj, because she came to you, sent it to your friend. Listen, that
was after the pip,
right? Send it to him then.
No, I would know because he know.
Because why does she want him to get it at this point if she's not going to talk to him?
No, because it was important. It was shady.
Oh, so it was a shady thing she wanted him to get.
Yeah, she was like, send this to your friend. It was shady as fuck.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't cute. It was shady. It was about being lackluster.
Good game, my friend. You know, try again next game.
Yeah.
Next time. But off the strength of that, you can have no expectations of being put on.
No more friends. It's raps.
I wasn't
you got
don't hard eye nothing. Don't look at the group. Don't look at the group pick and putting circles around niggas like this one. No more.
But I do think I will say
no more.
If it wasn't for all that other shit yesterday, I would say that the question of like asking availability is reasonable. Because a woman like me, you do gotta ask me when I'm free.
I don't want you that. I just want you to call. I just want you to call.
I know people,
and I like to answer the phone and be like, "Oh my God, I appreciate you called. I'm a little bit busy right now, but I'm gonna call you right back." But I love that you called.
I tell a guy that out front. I'll say to him, "I'm not the biggest text person, right? Because my phone is always going off DMs. I get overstimulated
because you
right? But and because I'm a responsive person, I'm not one of those people that ignore my messages from like DMs and stuff. I try to actually talk to people, right? And if they come in correct, you know what I'm saying. If nobody's being on the other shit, I treat people like people. But because of who I am and how that's the case, I'm more prone to get my attention if you call me. So I'll tell a guy that in the beginning. Listen, even if you text me, if I don't answer you for a while, that's not me ignoring you. I may not have realized your text. Sometimes I don't. Right? Just give me a call. If I could take it, I will. If I can't, I will call you back. Right. I tell them that, but that's my forward communication on that about myself. You know, next time yesterday, what we're gonna not do. Let's talk about next time.
Right, all right. So next time, this is what I'm gonna.
Let's wrap this up. I know I'm hitting you from this phone, but here's my number. Lock me in. Let's start there.
Yes, I've mitigating.
Please
that.
start there. Because if a nigga hit me from an email, I want to know where's your wife.
Right, relax. Hold on. Just relax.
I want to know what are you hiding.
I need you to relax.
It's starting to sound like you hit me from a text now number.
This is what I'm saying. Niggas thought it was spam.
It comes off like you hit me from your tablet.
It then gave the real name.
You gave me too many things to have to figure out before we even talk, and that's gonna be
this nigga. I was looking for a text from a nigga named yesterday.
Okay.
You're supposed to be like, my phone is dead, so I'm hitting you from my iPad. You gotta say something, nigga. Like you can't just hit me from an email, bro.
That's peace.
And and with that being said, I just would like to say, Kasha, thank you so much for joining us. This was such an insightful episode, and it's just one of those days that I just love to, I just love when people understand my perspective and they see things from all different sides. And
I'm fair. That's what I said. I'll be
always
fair.
Kasha was a fair arbiter here.
I don't want to see you go. I want yesterday to find the love of yesterday.
Yes, come on. For the love of yesterday.
For the love of yesterday. I want you to find
new
that for
contestants available
for the rest of your life. That's what I want. I'm gonna speak it into existence. You know what I'm saying? Let me manifest.
We got time.
Manifest phone numbers into yesterday's hands. Let me manifest asking for her girl's name.
Yes.
Into his hands.
Manifest.
Let me manifest.
All right.
What you want to say?
Nothing.
I love y'all.
Peace. I love y'all. Kasha, thank you so much for coming. You've been amazing.
Of course.
I love you,
I
Fave.
love you, Fave.
And y'all who was listening earlier, buy my book. It's called Honey on Your Tongue. And it's on Amazon.
Oh,
Amazon right now. Please
I want
go
it.
get that.
Okay. I promise you it's going to have you right. And it's a whole chapter on the covert narcissist, emotional narcissism.
Ooh.
I'm going to tell you who not to get in shit to.
Oh,
But I'm going to tell you how to give it to them nice. So that they could be saying like how she be and his palms could be sweaty like his was when I touched his hand.
Oh, are you exposing me?
I did expose you. How does that make you feel?
I'm cool.
What you going to do about it? Just fucking with you.
so shameless.
So shameless.
So shameless. I'm not doing this. Kasha, what's your problem?
Yesterday, I'm a sadist.
I look cute like this.